This is kind of a question addressed to people as far as why we're searching and why we're looking for answers, and why we want to know and understand how the universe started and where the universe came from and what the Big Bang was and where the what started the Big Bang. People want to know, well, what was before the Big Bang? And then they want to know, well, how's the universe going to die? How is this cosmos going to disappear and evaporate eventually? And what's kind of strange about asking these questions is that why would anyone care? Are these scientists or people in academia and scientists and these workers that are trying to harvest the information? They're trying to get more and more and more data and try to figure out what the universe is, where it came from, where it's going. Now, just as a hobby, or as just like something that you're curious about and you're pursuing that information as a hobby, I can kind of understand that. But it seems like we already know enough, and that if we know any more about this cosmos, what are people going to do with that information? What good is it going to do for people to know these things? Now, I've been thinking about astronomy since I was about 16, 17 years old. I picked up Scientific American and Discover magazine and some of the popular science. Had some science classes in grade school and at the junior college, and I have science classes that I have on DVD put out by the teaching company. And I want to be informed about the nature of reality. I want to understand it personally as a hobby. Now, it seems like, what are people going to do with the knowledge? That's what's kind of troubling. Because it seems like every time that the human race has had a scientific advancement, that that information has been taken and then they use it in technology, and it does something harmful and bad for people. So I'm just saying, why do we have to keep going? Why do we have to keep pursuing and pursuing and pursuing and pursuing to gather more and more and more detailed information about the cosmos? What are people going to use that information for? I mean, is it going to solve your problem as an individual sentient organism? Is it going to make you become better than you think you are, to know that, have all the answers? Let's say you know what's going to happen when you die. Let's say you know where the Big Bang came from. What's it going to accomplish for you? I mean, maybe I should say that's a fantasy, what I said. So I take that back. It's like, if we understand where the universe came from, and we understand how this universe is going to die, or we gain information about multiverses, other universes, what good is that going to do? What's that going to accomplish? Now, the only thing personally I've gained from the knowledge that's available to the public right now through the information sources that I get my information from is that people are looking for a God. They want a comfort. They want someone to come and rescue them from their life. Now, early on in my youth, I was looking for answers in regards to ghosts and paranormal and psychic phenomena, ESP investigations, and New Age kind of, there's this power underlying everything that if you know the right information and you have the right formula, then you'll be able to overcome your personal problems and obstacles in your life tapping into that power. With my upbringing as a child, it was more about, well, what's going to happen to me after I'm dead? When I die, am I gonna have to suffer through something else after this? If I don't live right and I don't follow the prescriptions, the laws and the rules and all that, and maintain the tradition, if that makes any sense, then I'm going to have then when I die, then I'm going to go to a place and I'm going to be uncomfortable, or I'm going to have to deal with a worse situation than I've had in this life. Now, as far as, does anybody know if you can do anything about that? Is there a way to get to the good place? If there is another place, or you're going to happen again, is there a defined, precise formula or exact scientific method of getting to the better place and not going to a worse place? So it's like that, the wheel of dharma, samsara. You keep dying and being reborn, dying and being reborn, dying and being reborn, dying and being reborn. Depending upon how you live, you're going to either go forward or you're going to go backward on this wheel. And you start off as an animal, and then you die, and then you come back as higher evolutionary forms, and then you have to repeat over again. So it's like, now in Buddhism, the idea is to get off the wheel, is to get out, is to blow off, is to nirvana, where you blow apart. You don't have to keep coming back, is what it is. That's the way my interpretation is. And I think the Tibetans follow the same kind of a belief, where they have that, which I find fascinating, is the Tibetan Book of the Dead, where they read the story to the dying person. And while they're reading the story to the dying person, they're giving the dying person instructions about what to watch out for when they're passing over, to not go this way or that way, or watch out for these lights or these colors, or there's something's going to happen to you, and then they give them instructions about how not to go this way, but to go this way in the nether world. I find that fascinating, but I've changed a lot of my views in the last 5-10 years of my life, especially because of the internet. It's really opened up my eyes a lot to more of a scientific approach to understanding this world, the reality I live in, and the physical body that I am. So it's been difficult for me to get rid of superstition, because I'm a very imaginative person. I have a lot of things in my mind that are imaginations that from movies and music and books and my culture. So abandoning that and just maintaining a strict, scientific, Karl Popperian viewpoint on the world, and just seeing it like, in a very rational, empirical, scientific way, and just analyze this world and life and the universe and the earth exactly from the standpoint of just science, and trying to understand it from that, and not veer away from superstitions and false imaginings and magical thinking and that sort of thing. So it's been difficult for me personally to break away from that because of my upbringing, because how I was raised as a small child. I was taught a lot of fables and a lot of traditional, old information. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment. But I would like to know why we have to keep trying to learn more about our universe. What is it going to do for us? Us, the people that are alive here now. I mean, is this something that mankind eventually will be able to gain benefit from that, from knowing where the Big Bang came from and knowing how the universe is going to die? How's that going to advance people's personal happiness, or their paradigm and their understanding? What's that going to do? How are they going to use that knowledge? Is it going to be, I mean, how much is enough, really? How much more and more and more do we have to learn? Don't we have enough information right now? So anyhow, as far as believing in a higher power, And this is again magical thinking, right? You want to believe that things are going to work out for your own good, for your betterment, for that you're going to have a happy future. You're going to have a good future, and you're going the right direction. You're going to go towards where it's going to get better and better and better in life, and then after you die, you'll get better and better and better too. So I think most people kind of think and hope for that, but we don't really have any tangible, verifiable, solid scientific data to confirm that choosing a certain lifestyle will, once this form of matter dissolves and disintegrates, and the consciousness in the form will emerge in a future that's better. And that's my own, what I think, what I would want. And to have a happy, pleasant death, not to have a horrible death, but have a good death. And when I'm dying, that I'm comfortable and I'm happy, and I know that when I go to my grave that I've like accomplished something in a progressive, popular or positive direction for the species that I share this planet with, and the other animals as well. So that's kind of, karma in that, I mean, take it or leave it, I guess. Thanks for listening.